say congratulations to the Nspire family. And the reason why I'm saying congratulations, guys, is because even the Georgia International Convention Center, you guys have wowed. You guys have wowed the Georgia International Convention Center, guys, in terms of they called us and said, you know, Damon, we are getting calls left and right from people asking us, can they be a part of the event? Is there a way they can get in about hotel rooms? So we just wanted to say congratulations for the buzz that you all are creating, because, you know, they called us and said we have never, ever, ever had calls like this about an event that's going on, and whatever you guys are doing, keep up the good work. So to the Nspire family, congratulations. And also on the T-shirts, the first round of T-shirts, they have sold out, the ones that we wanted to get ordered so individuals could have. But guys, extra ones have been ordered. So for those people coming to the event, you will be able, guys, you will be able to pick up your T-shirts. You will be able to get your T-shirts, so we just want you guys to know that and understand all of that. You will be able to do that. We want to just say just real briefly, too, as well, guys, if you have illegal videos and things up there on social media that's not authorized by the company, we're telling you guys, you want to take it down, because several people have already lost their positions, will not be able to be a part of Nspire because of their reluctance to follow instructions and follow what it is that the company is saying, guys. We know you guys are excited, and we want to have everything ready to rock and roll for you guys. So T-shirts, you will be able to get them at the Nspire event, so don't panic, because we know the corporate office has been getting flooded with calls. We've been getting individual calls from you guys. You will be able to get T-shirts at the event if you have not already pre-ordered one. Let's dive into our launch strategy on tonight. Many of you guys have been waiting for this. We've had the privilege of sharing this information live with many of the individuals we've been sharing with around the country. There's a strategy to launching. Okay, we are going to talk about the launch strategy, how to launch your Nspire business. One thing you're going to find out from us, the leadership here, we never tell you anything without validating it. See, validating is your protection from ever being manipulated. You know, one thing, we don't believe in manipulative leadership. We don't believe in the network marketing jargon. You're just saying things and no validation. Over here at Nspire, the leadership core is going to be able to validate what it is that they share and they know, versus you always just picking up a book or listening to an audio CD and thinking you can regurgitate information to the field. No, we want things you've lived. We want things you've experienced. We want to see that it worked in your business before we will take that as doctrine in terms of Nspire training etiquette. Well, we're going to talk about the launch strategy here, guys. There's a 5-step strategy to launching, 5 steps. And now the validation that I'm going to give you guys, my wife and I's second company that we got involved in the direct sales industry, the second company we got involved in our first 30 days, just in our first 30 days, not counting all the money we made throughout those companies, but in our first 30 days, guys, we were able to do $65,580 in commissions. That was commissions, not volume. That's what we took home and went through our bank account. You know, well, we know what some of y'all are saying, especially the networkers out there, well, you got lucky. That's what happened. No problem. Well, we got started. The company after that, it was a startup company, 0 distributors, no distributors, none, 0. From in our first 30 days, and that company with 0 distributors, we did right at $51,000 because of the launch strategy that we're sharing with you guys right now. And now you guys already see what's happening and what's going on with Nspire right now. Our company is closing in on 45,000 registered distributors right now, 45,000. Listen to me, guys. There is a strategy to launching. And most people don't understand how serious this is. Most people, these principles are going to be very simple, very basic. I'm not going to share anything you don't know, but it is something that people overlook whenever they're launching their business. Okay? The first step in our 5-step launch process is ownership. And we're going to explain all these philosophies so that everyone can wrap their mind around them and begin to master them. Leaders, you want to master this so that your leadership group will be able to duplicate the results that you guys are going to be getting as well. ownership. You may say, well, Damon, I don't own a company. That's not what we're speaking of. You take ownership, meaning that you have to learn to own the momentum that the company currently has. So, for example, guys, one of the things you want to learn to do is whenever we have an opportunity calls, even conference calls like this, do you guys realize that I've used these conference calls for my prospects? That's right. These conference calls, guys, I have used for prospects. And the fact that they have not been able to get on has excited them beyond belief. Some of them have made it in and heard all of the thousands of people that dial into our Nspire calls, but I know how to use the momentum that the company has to build my business. Guys, this is the way it's supposed to be for weekly events. Whenever I'm doing an event, wherever I'm doing an event, it's always mine. For example, I'm going to be in New Orleans, Louisiana on Wednesday. That event is mine. Now, the leadership core in New Orleans has put that meeting together, but I have taken ownership of the event and the venue. The event in Atlanta, it should be yours. I'm having an event with 5,000 of my partners from around the country. I wanted to just extend an invitation to you, John, to come on out and see what it is that we have going on. Come be in the room with some of the best business minds in the country. I'm having a call, with some of my partners from around the country because we're going to be sharing some information that's going to economically impact the nation like never before. See, this is the way that I invite, guys. This is all I say. I never go into what the opportunity is about. Well, John may say, well, Damon, give me some information on what it's about. Well, that's why I was calling you, so I can give you the conference call number so you can dial in and get the information yourself. That's the reason why I was calling you, John. When John dials in and he's hearing people calling in from all these different states and cities, and all the reason why, guys, we got to close the lines off on you guys because y'all just so noisy, and most people don't know how to mute out their phones, and it seems unprofessional. That's why we just keep it quiet. But the point that I'm making is when John dials in and he hear you have 4,920 people on the call, guess what? John is saying, Damon, man, what is it you have going on? Whatever you're a part of, I want in. Most people, when we are launching, before they even hear the information, they're sending me text messages saying, I'm in. Give me a good spot. Give me a good position. They never heard the information. Because we know how to use the momentum of the company and transfer it to our business personally. Always take ownership. Any event you ever invite someone to, it's always yours. Listen to me, guys. People are going to come to your event for two reasons. One, they're going to come to support you, some people. Two, some people coming because they're nosy. When they get the chance to find out, hold on, what does Mary have going on where 5,000 people have already RSVP to attend? I have to go see what that's all about. Every event, wherever it's at, it's always yours. If you're in a different city, you live in New York, and you're inviting someone to an event in California, guys, hey, listen, my partners over on the West Coast, they're having an event in Los Angeles, 20 miles from your home. I just wanted to extend an invitation to you so you can be in the room with some of the brightest minds in all of L.A., these business entrepreneurs. It's a private meeting, but I was able to pull some strings and make some things happen for you to be able to attend. Guys, always taking ownership. It's always yours. You have to remember that whenever you're launching your business. Tie your momentum to the company's momentum and transfer it to your business. Step number 2 in our launch process. You ready? Launch as a group. You never do anything separate. Never, ever, ever. You never do anything separate. I remember I was at a friend of mine's home. He was out on the West Coast, and I was at his home, and I remember when we were launching the last company my wife and I were a part of, this guy was in his house, and he was literally doing 9-10 calls a day. And he was launching different leaders, and different leaders had their groups getting on the phone. And I'll never forget, I was sitting at his home, and I'm sitting on his sofa. I'm watching ESPN and everything, and we're launching. And then I did my one call. We were doing one call a night, 7 nights a week. And then he asked me, he's like, man, hold on. Why are you launching right now? Why are you not doing all these calls? I said, I did do a call. I did one call that probably lasted 20 minutes. He's like, well, well, what do you mean? What's going on? I say, listen, you don't put your people on an island. You launch as a group. You tie everybody to the momentum that the company has. I said, so now all these people dialing into the call, when if a person only has 2 or 3 prospects that they have that's getting on the call, but when their prospects dial into the call and they hear that there are 12, 500, 300, 200 people on the line, that's more exciting than you putting that person on the island by themselves and they only have 6 people on their call. See, that doesn't make sense. You're going to fragment your launch. You don't fragment your launch, guys. What you do is you tie into the big launch. All leaders should come together. Listen, leaders, and you may say, well, Damon, my people may not get no special treatment. No, this is how this works. This is how this works. Let's say you have a leader that's launching big, and they may have 300 guests on the call, 300. Well, what we'll do with that leader is that particular night, as we're going through the information, we'll have that leader come on and do a testimony. Or we would edify that leader's name and different individuals' name throughout the process so that person's prospects is saying, wow, this guy is associated with this company. He is one of the top guys. He is one of the leaders, or she is one of the go-getters with the company. Because you're able to launch as a group, all your meetings. Leaders, I never understood this for the life of me. And I knew this when I was a rookie in direct sales. My very first company. This is the 4th company my wife and I have been in 11 years. Number 4. And the very first company we were in, I remember whenever we was doing something, anybody that wanted to come, no matter who team they were on, we would be like, yes. People would be like, can we come to your meeting? Can we come to the meeting at your home? Can we come to the training you're doing with your team? Absolutely. Come on out. We want you to come. And people would always look at me like I was crazy, like, dude, you're not making any money off them. Why do you have them at your event? Why do you have them? Here's what they didn't understand. Now, I used to be a promoter, guys. We used to do concerts. So one thing I knew was how to promote. Here's what they didn't know. Guys, I was able to use and leverage the crowd of other people to help my cause. So when you guys are doing weekly meetings and you're trying to be private, I smile at leaders that do that. I laugh. When you have private, quote-unquote, not opening. Now, yes, there will be intimate times where you need to have a dinner and different things with your leadership. Don't take out of context what I'm saying. I'm talking about, guys, when you're having a weekly meeting, when you're having a home event, you want it to be packed out, guys. You want it to be where people can't get in. You want it to be where it's standing room only because the word is going to begin to travel. Guys, you won't believe the phone calls we're getting from networkers. Man, we hearing what's happening. Man, we heard about this meeting in Detroit. Man, we heard about what you guys did in Houston. That's exactly what we want to happen. Because we know how to launch as a group. We know how to tie everybody in to one big, powerful unit, and everybody benefits. Nobody gets left behind. Nobody gets stranded. Because when a person takes ownership, launching as a group, it makes you look good to your prospects because your prospects is saying, wow, Mary knows information that I don't. For her to know about this phenomenal thing that's going on with all these great people around the country, and I had no idea about it because you have to learn how to launch together. Guys, we are going to pack everything into our opportunity calls and events, everything that's going on. Everything we do is open. There is nothing. If we're going to a city, there's no such thing as private. It is open because we want the place to be overpacked. And let me tell you why this is important. Guys, every time someone thinks of what you're hearing them about to say to you, that something is going to be packed, and if they have it closed off, I always let them know, hey, listen, open your meeting up. Let me tell you why you should open your meeting. Because all the people you think going to come, just by you yourself, I promise you they won't be there. And when you open it up and allow the market to tap in, guess what usually ends up happening all the time? The meeting falls right exactly where it's supposed to be, with just enough people. But if that person would have kept that meeting sealed, that means half of that room or 25% of that room would have been filled. And realize that helped their cause because now we edified it as their meeting. They put it together. There was the leadership we celebrated in front of the room. We just left Detroit, perfect example, guys, by working as a unit in Detroit with Miss Marilyn Fitzpatrick and James and Talia Hunter, all those wonderful people. Charles Watson was up there with his team and his group, and the place was packed. Phenomenal event they put on. But guess what, guys? They did it as a unit. They didn't close it off. They didn't try to make it my group, your group. No, launch the market. That's what you want to always do. Leaders, always remember that as you're launching, because that gives fuel to your fire to the people that's looking at your business. Let's talk vision now. Step number 3 in the launch process is vision. Guys, I want y'all to hear me say something to you all. You have to understand. You got to learn to cast vision and stop always talking about the opportunity. Come on, clean that up. I really need to understand that one. See, the opportunity is too small. I never, ever focus on an opportunity. Let me help you all out. Sometimes the best way to recruit a man is not to recruit him. Stop always being so salesy. Stop always trying to sell something to somebody. Relax. Talk about the vision of where it's going. See, people want to know where something. When people can feel something is going somewhere, they want to be involved. They want to get involved. They want to know what you're doing. That's what you want. You don't want to always be recruiting and trying to just sell them on an opportunity because you're trying to bonus or you're trying to hit a rank. Because guess what that person is sensing? Oh, okay, this is something for you. Okay, you want me to come in strictly for your benefit. There is no benefit for me. You don't see where this is going. I'm going to give you an example of that today. Mr. Coleman and I, we were down by the Fifth Mall. If anybody from Atlanta, you guys know where the Fifth Mall is at. We were in the Fifth Mall, and we went into this store. We were talking to a gentleman, this tailor in this store. We was having a conversation, and he brought us to the back to this little private section or whatever. We back there conversating, and in comes Jake, a gentleman that I know was a former Major League Baseball player, good friends with Michael Jordan and all the things. And we were talking about the All-Star weekend that's coming up in New Orleans, and he's saying how he's going down there. And he was actually in there getting some clothes done for Michael Jordan's party at the All-Star event. Now watch this, guys. Well, Jake was like, "Damon, what you up to now, man? What do you got going on now, Crump?" I said, "Oh, man, Jake, we just, about to launch a new deal, man, me and my partner here and several of my other partners around the country. Wow, man, what it's all about?" "Well, Jake, right now we just getting together, and we're looking in our first month to do anywhere from 25 to 30 million. What? How much? How can I get the information?" And I had his number in my phone, so I said, "Well, Jake, I'm gonna just forward you the video. Take a look at the video and get back with me." This is, in other words, what I'm saying is the vision of the projections is what got him excited. See, guys, you have to learn to project where it is you believe you're going. You need to really project your income your income may be, hey, $100,000, for the year. You may be saying to your coworker who makes $40,000 a year with you, and nothing wrong with that. I'm giving you this as an example. And they sit in the cubicle next to you, and you're telling that person, "Yeah, my goal right here for my business that I have on the side this year, I'm going to do, $100,000 in extra income in addition to what I'm doing here." Well, hold on, girl, what's this all about? How can I get more information? See, they're already buying in because of the vision that you're casting of where it's going. That's what you're showing. Guys, when you're prospecting doctors and lawyers and pastors, you got to talk vision to these people. You can't sit there. See, the money is not a problem. Always remember, cost is an issue in the absence of value. See, the only time money becomes a problem when you don't give me a good enough reason to spend it. It's easy. It's easy to get people to spend money. When you give them a reason to, show them where it's going. You got to cast vision, guys. This is very important. You don't believe me? I'm going to validate it for you. Many of you guys, you go to the bank, right? When you go to the bank and you want to get a loan for a new business, what's the first thing they're going to ask you for? Your business proposal. You're absolutely correct. What is your business proposal? That's your projections. You haven't made a dime. You don't even have a building. You really don't have a business. They're buying into your vision. The bank will give you the money. The venture capitalist will invest in your company or your business based upon the vision that you're casting. The same principle applies to your Nspire business, guys. It is a must that you talk vision. Stop being so shallow and talking the opportunity. Cast vision to people on where you're going, where you believe it's going for you. Don't lie. Don't exaggerate. Don't try to make up the numbers that Damon Crump says, where it gets outlandish, where people don't believe you, because then people go to calling you on the carpet, asking how you going to accomplish that vision, and now you're stuttering because you're making up something. No, really think about it. Cast something for your life that you're willing to abide by, and that's what you use as your gauge, as your vision thermometer, as you're casting the vision to individuals out there. You ready for this? Let's go. 50, step number 4. 50. Write that number down. What does 50 mean? Tell you these principles work all the time, guys. It's never failed in none of the launches we've been done. None. 50. We already know the average person. They cannot put 50 people on a call. They can't get 50 people in the room. Well, Damon, why would you be telling us this then? Let me tell you why. Because, number one, we want to stretch you. We want you to launch. 50 is when you're launching. We want you to shoot for 50 people being exposed, whether it be in front of a demo, whether it be the video, whatever you're going to use to get them a proper exposure, whether it be the opportunity calls we're going to begin, whatever that's going to be. 50 is your number. The reason why 50 is your number, we're only looking for 20% of the 50. It's Pareto's law, guys, the 80-20 rule. We want 20% of your quote-unquote best 50. That's going to leave you with 10 people. I want you guys to follow me. That's going to be 10 people you're going to be then personally sponsored, personally enrolled, out of 50 that you stretch for. Because we know everybody not going to see it. Most people are negative. So the only reason why you guys take rejection so hard is because you don't talk to enough people. See, guys, I don't even feel rejection anymore because I talk to so many people, I forgot who told me no. It really, because we're always going through the numbers, okay? Now, with those 10 people that have come on board, what do you think we're going to do with them? You guessed it, the same exact thing. Now, 50 times 10 is 500. That's how many exposures you're getting now. We only want 20% of that. Now, on your second level, you have 100 people. 10 on your first level, 100 on your second. We're talking about launching. We're talking about within your first 60, 90 days, how fast you want to move. We're going to take this 100. We're going to do the same exact thing. Now you have 5,000 exposures, guys. 5,000. 20% of that on your third level is 1,000 people that's in your organization from this same simple system that we use time and time again to get the results and the success we've been having. But here's what I want you to see how this ties into Nspire's compensation plan. You get a check match 3 levels deep over here. Read the comp plan. Guys, you get in the check match on your first level, you get in the check match on your second level, and you get in the check match on your third level from all these individuals. Whenever they get a binary check, the company is paying a matching check match to you on all of them. Are learning how to launch with a systematic way of doing it, teaching people this, guys, never deviating. This is all we've ever done, and we've stuck to these simple principles every single time, and it has skyrocketed our launch. Guys, number 5 is documentation. Most of you guys, you struggle so much because you're just not documented. People don't believe in you. They don't trust you. You don't have any influence. And I got to be honest with you all. Part of it's the leadership fault, and part of it's the company's fault. Guys, one thing over here at Nspire, we are going to edify the leadership. Guys, I promise you, myself, Mr. Coleman, we can't wait to pass the torch on these calls once we launch to the leadership that's leading from the front. We can't wait for this event that's coming in the next few weeks, guys, so we can hear the leadership train at these events and get up on that stage in front of 5,000 plus people. We can't wait. See, because we know how important documentation is for your success. Guess what, guys? We want you guys to understand. We're going to get you outside of your little box that you're in terms of just simply network marketing. No, guys, as a company, we're going to take our articles in magazines. We want some of the most prestigious magazines in your area, in your city, where it's diverse cultures that read these magazines. And now we're going to put articles in there. We're going to talk about some of the young ladies and the young men who's helped leading the Now We Know campaign, helping transform lives all over the country, how they're putting together 5K runs and aerobic classes and basketball tournaments in terms of bringing awareness that's potentially helping save our women's lives. See, these are the type of things we're going to promote. We're going to market billboards, women of Nspire. You know, as you're riding down the road and you're seeing beautiful pictures of all the leaders in that area. See, in other words, we're going to document you, but we're going to document you also outside the network marketing world. That's a small piece of the pie. Remember, Nspire is on target to be a phenomenal Fortune 500 company. We're not looking to be a good network marketing company, guys. That's too small. We want to do real business in the big world. We want to captivate audience of all diverse cultures, guys, all economic and social backgrounds. These are the things we want to do. We want you to think that big. We want you to stretch, but we have to get individuals validated from the smallest things they do to the most, to the legends that's going to be walking the stages here when we launch in March, guys. We want to celebrate. This is what helps you. This is why leaders are able to advance and move on and have so much success, because they're documented, guys. It's easy for them to have conversations. People don't question them when they call. People don't challenge them anymore. You know why? Because they know that person is validated. That person, they always get it done. They can go read articles on that individual. They can go read about these people in the Success magazine. That's what that have done for their career. That's the same things we want to do for you guys. We are going to help you get documented. But these steps in the launch process, it helps speed that up. So now your business explodes after the launch, because the very launch is the beginning that's supposed to propel you all the way in, and we're supposed to be documenting and chronicling all of your accolades the whole way as a company and as leaders. It's our job to stop worrying about us and always feeding our egos so much to where we forget to document the people that's associated with us. Guys, that's our 5-step launch strategy that has been blessing our life and the lives of people associated with us all over the country. Documented success that's been taking place, because there's an art to the launch, and you have to know how to get off the ground when you're starting. I want to say this in closing on tonight for my last 2 minutes. Listen, guys, I want to say this to you all. Some of you guys, we see how you're building your binaries, and we're smiling because all of you guys, you see the people on your power side. Oh, I'm not putting anybody else on the other side. I'm going to strictly work my pay side. Listen, guys, I hope you all paying attention to the compensation plan. 25% of your personal enrollment tree for all of our new people, that's the people that originated from you, not overflow from your upline where you see all of those people. Guys, you need to have 25% of your power leg, all the people on your power leg, 25% of your total volume has to be represented in that power leg. What are you saying, Damon? If you have 100,000 in volume, 25,000 of that volume needs to be a part of your personal enrollment tree on your power side for you to be a diamond. Guys, build both sides. Your structure you should be shooting for is 25 on the left and 25 on the right. I don't care if there's 1 million people on one side of your binary. Put you 25 personal people over there minimum. That's your goal. We know everybody don't have 50 people in their back pocket right now. That should be your goal that you're growing to have your structure. Remember, you don't ever want to check chase. You want to build for structure so you can have a foundation that launches you long term. You want an infrastructure set up in your business. 25% of your personal enrollment tree volume has to be on your power side for you guys to hit these ranks as you're reading about them. Everybody's excited about the comp plan. Everybody's calculating the numbers. But, guys, that is a must that you do for true success in Nspire's comp plan. And also, guys, my last announcement I want to make. Some of you guys, you're not going to like this one, but I'm going to share it anyway because we know in business and especially launching, you can't please everybody. Guys, Friday at 3 a.m., actually Saturday morning, 3 a.m. Eastern, 12 a.m. midnight on the West Coast, or literally 11:59 p.m. on Friday night Pacific Standard Time, we are shutting down the enrollments. Guys, we have to shut it off because we will not be opening and enrolling anyone else until March 1st. The reason why it's being shut down, we are growing at a fanatical pace. In fact, we have more conference calls after this call on tonight. The reason why we're doing this, guys, we're giving IT a chance to catch up on still some stuff they need to do, as well as getting the infrastructure airtight for March 1st, because, guys, we know fireworks will be going off on March 1st. So this Friday, leaders, this Friday at 11:59 p.m. on the West Coast, the system will shut down, and you will not be able to personally enroll anyone else until March 1st, when we're kicking things off. Listen to this, though, guys. You still will be able to build your team, because you will be able to still keep your pre-launch certificates, applications, so when the system goes live, you will be able to plug those people in and also plug them in now, getting paid for them getting involved. And in fact, guys, we're going to work on getting the Nspire applications with all the information that will be required and needed for a paying distributor, which will get the tax ID information as well as payment method. All of these things will be released, and this will give us a chance as a company to catch up to what we have done in 3 weeks, guys. That is a big celebration that you guys should be celebrating. That is congratulations to the Nspire family. So on that note, guys, don't forget, next Monday, Wednesday, be ready for our corporate update call with our president, Mr. Spencer Iverson, on Wednesday night. And don't forget about the Monday night Nspire Institute call that will be taking place next week with my partner, Mr. Damon Coleman. You guys have a beautiful, blessed night, and remember, be inspired.